Hello, welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host Owen James, a channel that brings you your team every single day, guys. We've just watched St Johnstone 0, Rangers 1. It was an absolute. It was a. I mean, let's not put too fine a point on it. It was an absolutely dire game this afternoon. Absolutely dire. Performance was poor. It was a really poor performance. I mean, as far as I could see, there was three positives you can take out of that game. Three positives out of that game. Positive one, Yanis Hadji played well for 90 minutes. Had a good, solid 7 out of 10 type performance. Got 90 minutes under his belt. Looked useful, looked creative. Had an influence on the game. So I think that's one positive we can take out of the game is the performance of Yanis Hadji. And that's good going forward. Obviously, the fact that we've got no real 10 in the club. He is perhaps the only real, genuine 10 in Rangers squad. So, you've got to say that's promising in itself. John Suter, I thought, was fantastic at the back. Absolutely solid as a rock. Always there. Covered well. Tackled well. Disciplined. Controlled the back four well. Brought the ball out from the back when he tried to break down the lines. That was good. And the third positive is it's 3 points. I think that's pretty much it. That's the only positives we can kind of take. I'll give Jack Butland a bit of a nod as well for a clean sheet. Connor Barron, again, perhaps that's another positive. So perhaps 5 positives we can pull out of that. Connor Barron as well, did well, battled well, got Rangers TV man of the match. So he was decent. He was decent as well. But there was just, it just, for me, again, it just shows that domestically, this man is not good enough. He's not up to the task. He just cannot do it domestically. He was so poor again today. He starting lineup, realistically, he was I think he got the attacking four right. I think, Cheney, Hadji and Bayrami and Igaman. Nice to see Hamza retain his place in the starting 11 after a very good performance the other day. Cheney tried today, but just couldn't get himself in any sort of creative positions, was frustrated by St Johnstone's defending. I mean, let's face it was a very different game from one aspect. The fact that St Johnstone didn't want to play. They wanted to spoil and foul, and they tried to control possession, don't get me wrong. They tried to play some football, but they were very content to sit in, to low block, to kind of slow the game down as much as they could. But look, I mean, nothing against, that's not their fault. At the end of the day, I think we can sit here all we want and we can complain about low block football and we can complain about the low block and we can complain that it spoils the game and whatever. But look, it's not our fault they do that. They are going to do that. They know that realistically, even at home against Rangers, they're going to have to, low block and spoil because realistically their players aren't as good as ours. They can't compete in a one-on-one football match with us. If they come out and try and play open and free, they're going to get picked off. They understand that. So, realistically, the only team or teams maybe that are going to play us and come out and actually have a go at us, you're looking at Aberdeen and Celtic this season. So we can't blame that. But I think the thing we've got to develop is we've got to develop a way to come round this low block. We've got to develop a way to beat the low block. You look at our neighbours across the city, they don't seem to have any issue with going away to any of these teams. Those teams will do exactly the same as they do against us. They will low block and try and spoil, but it doesn't stop them scoring 3, 4, 5 goals. They seem to have a way to unlock defences to score goals. We don't. So for me, again, today, it's that lack of a cutting edge. It's that lack of a finishing ability. And just, again, that's down to tactics. That's down to ability. That's down to the organisation of the team, the coaching of the team. And I mean, the changes as well that make Balogun for Proper went off injured. I mean, to be fair, Proper looked an absolute bomb scare yet again. The guy is just a joke. Just a very poor footballer. And then to take Bayrami off and put Ridvan on and have 2 left backs, but it didn't, I don't know, it just didn't seem to work. Yeah, they didn't play well at all either today. Why not shift Hadji to the left wing and put Bayrami in the 10? Give that a bit of a go for a little bit, see if that works. Just try something different. But, Bayrami looked lost. He's looking increasingly more lost in this team. He really is. And it's a worry considering how much money we paid for him. And I don't think that's his fault. I think it's because he's being played out of position. The guy's a 10. He's not a winger. And someone's asking him to play him as a winger. And he's seemingly doing the same damage to Bayrami that he did to Silva last year. Fabio Silva, not a winger. Played out on the wing. Looked pish. Got slagged off by all the fans. Fell out with the club. He scored the winner yesterday for Las Palmas against Barcelona, or he scored against Barcelona for yesterday for Las Palmas. So you've just got to look at it and think, this is Clement again, getting his tactics wrong, getting his team players wrong. getting players put in the wrong position yet again. So again, this is on Clement and it's dire. And I haven't seen the post-match interview yet. I'm sure we'll, we'll have a look at it. I'm sure we'll say, what Clement will speak post-match, and I'm sure he'll have some, incredulous remark to make. He'll probably come out with something about the, we'll probably come out with something, some absolute incredulous rubbish, So I don't know. I genuinely don't know with Philippe Clement what what the future holds. For me, Conor Barron, like I said, John Suter, Yanis Hadji, there's your man of the match nominations. Obviously, take your pick out of those. But it needs to be better domestically. It's got to be picked up. And we've got to play, I think we've got to play faster. We've got to play quicker. We can't slow the game down ourselves when we've got the ball. We've got to play with a bit more pace, a bit more precision going forward, a bit more cutting edge going forward. There's got to be something, and that's down to the manager. That's down to how he organises and coaches the team. So for me, look, a lot of this is on Clement again. Again, not good enough domestically. Like I said, the positives, a few of the players' performances, 3 points up the road, but that realistically is it, guys. Look, we'll be back with a more reasoned reflection tonight on the final word. Please come and join us for that. Thank you for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation. As always, remember, we are the people.